feeling a little bit like my head's a little off, but today I want to do a thrift flip. So my friend's birthday is on Saturday and the theme is Coyote Ugly. I was looking at the things that I had and I was like, oh, what if I just like get a little baby tee, get like a little skirt and like call it a day. But instead, why don't I try to thrift flip using this corset that I have, this leather skirt, and make it into a leather top. Now that's the idea, but as I'm saying it out loud, I'm like, wait, or should I just make this into like a mini black leather skirt? Girl, we just changed it all up on ourselves right now. After some thinking, I decided no, we're gonna do a top because the pants that I want to wear are my leopard print pants from House of Sunny. So yeah, also it'll be better because my legs are covered and it's cold out. Anyway, so I saw this on Pinterest. Now this is a faux like corset thing, but I like the shape of it. Most importantly, I like that there is a seam right here, because with my boobs, like my boobs aren't big up top, like they're not full up top, they're fuller on the bottom. So when they're just like squished all together, this part just like, so I feel like if I have something that's actually like cupping my boobs, it'll give it a little bit more of a lift rather than it just being like squished. I did finish my bodice block, but I have no idea how to like modify patterns to, you know, make these things work. That's the only thing I'm a little bit worried about. Yeah, I don't know. How do you go about doing this? Do I, like we don't, yeah, I don't know. Oh.
Hi everybody, my name is Elisa. Welcome back to my channel. If you've never been here before, I'm on Azure bodice block with.
I had no idea she had another video.
That is the key to unlocking all sorts of sewing tensions that you would like to go on. The way to use a bodice block is that you modify it to make different styles and designs. I realize that some of you are not quite sure how to go about this, or you don't quite understand what I mean when I say I modify my bodice block in X, Y, and Z ways. So today, I want to take you on a ride. It is a dreary rainy day in London, and I decided to make the pattern every day. I have so many projects planned until the end of the
I just watched the whole video and I still don't understand how I can modify these, like, yeah, I don't understand. So what I'm going to do instead is do the other method that I did when I created my halter top, which is taping my whole front part. I think the back is like pretty easy, but taping the whole front part and then just drawing out the pattern that I want. Transferring that onto some paper. The good thing about working with erasable markers is that if you don't like the line, then you could just I do have a permanent marker. Afterwards, I'm going to retrace everything, but I guess I really didn't need it this side. From what I've seen of photos, you want this edge to be on this side, so you did that. I'm hoping this is going to be good enough. I am going to do a mock-up, but I don't have any like thick fabric. I just have like stretchy fabric, so I'm just gonna have to make do with that. Another thing that I remember to do is to add in darts, or not darts, but add in like lines that I'll be able to match up later on when I'm putting the piece together. So then you know like what goes with what, you know? All right, so now I'm gonna take this off and transfer this onto some paper. So I added in the pieces here. Now I'm gonna cut these out, transfer all the points, and then transfer it again to another piece of paper to make the pattern. ¿Qué quieres, niño? You're a ghost. It's a ghost. Bebé, ¿qué quieres? Te ha dado comida. Yo ni he comido desayuno, pero tú has comido desayuno, has tomado tu agua. ¿Qué más quieres, niño? Oye, ¿qué más quieres? ¿Un chío? You bird. Je serai là pour toi. Je serai si tu restes dans ma vie. Dans ma vie, je serai là. Je veux juste te dire 3 jours avec toi. Tu es dans mon cœur. Je voudrais décrire des paroles d'amour. Dans le siloscope apporte la nuit. Are these pieces gonna be perfect? Probably not. We're gonna try it out. Yes, we are. And I'm gonna do it on, yeah, just stretchy fabric because that's all I got, girl. Les étoiles où nous sourit et c'est
notre amour qui brille plus que le ciel. Sous la lune, c'est toi et moi qui...
Okay, it's finally time to seam rip everything. Did I show you how the test run came out? Maybe I didn't because I was on the phone with my sister. I'll show you in a bit, but first now I'm going to seam rip everything. Basically just the lining. I'm going to take out this part because I'm going to probably use it for the back. I'm going to seam rip so I could get this bone in. You know what I just realized? If I'm going to be taking all of this out, I can use this button up feature for my purple tube top. I don't know if it's long enough, but maybe. So I could use this instead. Because I've been having a really hard time finding the zipper, like the perfect shade and everything, and I think this would be perfect. Like I'm gonna cut this part out and save it so then I could put it for the other thing. Oh my gosh, so exciting! So I've been having a slow start to actually cutting out the pieces because obviously the skirt went like around this way, right? So I've been trying to figure out like how is this like, there's like this stretch and then like this stretch, is that, I don't know y'all, but I think I'm gonna have to just do the thing that is gonna give me the most fabric to use instead. So let me show y'all what I've So I put everything on fusible interfacing. Could have just like cut the pieces on here, but I know working with this it's gonna be like So I was like, why don't we add in a little bit more strength to the fabric. I'm gonna cut this out, iron it on, and then from there I'm gonna cut it with the seam allowance and then put the piece together. First I was gonna cut everything from the actual leather fabric, but then I was like, what if it's actually not working out? What do I do? Why don't we try out the whole like front part with this and see how that works. So we're gonna try out the pattern first with the lining to see how it really is gonna fit, you know? Time to cut this. Here we go, everything is cut. Now I'm going to place this onto our fabric. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. They're all cut beautifully. It's finally time to attach all the pieces together. Here's the thing, this is only just the front part. I don't have enough fabric to make the back, like to have the lining. So instead I'm gonna use some cotton, like thick fabric that I have, and then I won't use any interfacing, I guess, because it's already gonna be quite stiff anyways. Okay, so I just did a princess seam and I forgot that when you're adding this all together, like you need to make sure to cut notches around the edge so that you could open it up and it could like lay flat. But this took me way less time than the first time I ever did a princess seam, so that is progress. I also need to make sure to press the seams, but for right now, let's continue on. Look, look, look. I got a little bra. Ooh, cute. Hoping and praying that everything looks okay. Okay, so this is where we are. Now the back, she is MIA. It's not holding me exactly how I wanted it to. Also, like, I'm trying to figure out what I want for the back. Gotta redo all of this in the leather form. Yay, let's go and do it in the leather. Hopefully it's not gonna take that long. My back is killing me. Trying to cut everything. It is 1:22 in the morning, but honestly, I want to continue. Like, I'm tired, my back hurts, but I want to continue. I just finally got to start to placing everything because it turns out I don't have enough of the skirt fabric in the placements and everything. So I had to shorten the length of the top so that I can really just like barely baby inch squeeze my pieces and everything and still have enough for a back piece. This is where we at. This took such a long time to figure out, but the rest of this should be easy. Oh my god, cutting into this leather is like butter, girl. It is so smooth. Oh my god, it's so smooth. This is so nice. I feel like I'm always fighting, especially like on this map. I'm definitely always fighting. Cutting leather is so easy, so simple. We love that. Okay, oh my god, yay. Ow. Seam ripping this is so satisfying, like. Yay. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm still sewing, but I'm sewing like so slowly because it's 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm worried that it's gonna wake up my downstairs neighbor. I'm like, everything's just coming together so nicely. Go to sleep and just wake up early and get started, but it's like, I still have the energy to do it. Good morning. It's a new day. Tomorrow's my friend's birthday, and I put the leather pieces together. I have the waist part, I have the top part. Boom. Now I'm gonna attach this to that, but before I do that, I want to press all the seams open. I'm gonna figure out whether I need the fusible interfacing, if I should leave it on or not, because it's just making it a little bit stiff, and I don't know if I want it as stiff as I want it to be like molded to my body. And yeah, and I don't know if it's gonna make a difference. I'm very excited that this is finally starting to take shape. Look at the difference. Not pressing, nothing, pressing my seams. And then of course I'm gonna do a top stitch so everything lays down really nicely. I think I'm definitely gonna change up the neckline. It literally took forever to do the seam of putting everything together, and then on top of that, they're not even straight. This one is the only one that's straight and the rest of them are not. And I am so mad at that, but literally I had to take it out and re-sew like 3 times, and because I am using, you know, like a large needle, it's like every single time that's another hole in the fabric, and that's not good. So I had to just give up. I give up, world. I give up. You know what? Not everything is meant to be perfect, and that's okay. I'm gonna be okay. Everyone's gonna be okay. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone has those days. Why? 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 Why did the human nature? Why? Why does it do me that way? It sucks that it's not working out, because every time I try to sew this, like the feed dogs or keep pushing the top layer, and it's so weird because like I end up having so much left over, but it's like I can't go back unless like I hand stitched it and then I stitched it. Maybe I should have done that, but I didn't, so it's gonna really bother me. It's especially if the sides ones were messed up, whatever, but the middle one is messed up. Like, look at that, look at that. I'm gonna take it out, I'm gonna hand stitch and then sew it down, and hopefully that works. I haven't had a problem with sewing the leather pieces at all. When it gets to like this part, this is what really messes it up. That I don't know, something happens that the feed dog, I don't know, it just gets a little bit messed up.
I think I wish I
It has been stabbed at least 4 times since this morning. Oh my goodness. See, when I hand stitch them, they line up. The pieces line up. I don't know, whatever, something happens when I, you know, actually sew it. Have a moment of prayer. Please let this work, because if not, I'm gonna be real sad. So I would appreciate it if my sewing machine and my hand stitching work together, hand in hand, stitch by stitch, and get this right. Thank you. As they say, ain't nothing to it but to do it, and we're gonna do it. There's a hole. No! There's a hole from where I kept taking out, putting back. Oh my god, now there's a hole. Freak. Freak, 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 freak. What I'm gonna do is like 2 top stitches right in the center, so hopefully it reinforces that hole. So I don't know if I made this better or worse. It looks a little worn out, but I'm gonna say that's the vibe that I wanted. I'm gonna say we want it to look vintage. Do top stitch to all of these lines on both sides, of the seam, and then we're gonna attach the lining. So let's look at the top stitch version versus the knot. This is not top stitch, this is top stitched, and look at that, boom. Now what I find when I am sewing on a curve, if you're pushing down the fabric, it's going to be really hard. So what I do is I lift up the fabric. As I'm sewing, I start lifting up the fabric, and then I start moving it, and then that'll help. Especially I think also because this fabric is, you know, like thick. So when I lift up the fabric, it's able to place itself like straight. So that's what's helping me sew down these curves that, ooh, cute. I feel like I'm definitely going to change the neckline. I still need to add in the two pieces here too. Okay, y'all, so this is what we have. I just pinned the two top part. I'm hoping that this is the part that really gets like, what's better? Do I use up all of this and just have it like come here, or do I do something where it kind of goes down instead? This is all we have left of the skirt, and this is gonna have to be enough to make a back pattern piece. We have this and the waistband here that I'm gonna use as the finishing part to this, and I'm gonna add in the grommets, so I think we're gonna be okay. I think we'll be okay-ish. On top of that, it's like a corset, so we want it to be like in a way. This length and this length does not match up. This is a little bit too short. So I have these two scraps here that I'm gonna attach to the bottom, and that'll give us enough length, I hope. And it's okay if it's at the bottom, because I might wear this like tucked in, like jeans and stuff like that, so you're not even gonna be able to see the bottom as much. So yeah, now let's figure out how to do this. I'm gonna use my bodice block to try to make some kind of pattern, so then I can cut it out into this. So yeah, see you. I think we came up with a piece. I think, girl, I think. Hopefully it works. I'm gonna first cut it out of this cotton that I have, and then attach it to this bodice and try it on. After what feels like forever, is the back piece on the lining. We have this much missing, however I am also adding in the waistband to it. You know what I'm really impressed with? So I made this, you know, like little slope, and I was like, oh yeah, so it'll hit this side, and like it really did. Which sounds dumb, but I'm just like, oh wow, this does perfectly go into here, and I'm like, wow, this little slope, she made it, you know. Anyways, this is how the inside looks. Woo! And I was thinking about taking out the lining, but I guess I'll just keep it. But anyways, now I'm gonna finally do this to the leather piece. I don't know if you want to see all of that. I don't think I'm gonna be filming all of that, but I'm gonna go ahead and put it to the leather piece, and then where I can attach these two pieces. Finally. That is where I'm gonna see how low do I want this neckline to be, because right now obviously like it's feeling a little bit conservative to me, but that's also because it has 1 centimeter seam allowance. If I put it a little bit lower, I also don't want it to be too like, yeah, we don't want that either. So I'm just gonna attach everything right now, turn it inside out, and see how it fits. Great thing about having a lining is, like, you know, you see all of this, all of the messiness, you get to just boop, tuck it away, and now everything is nice and clean. I like that. Girl, oh my god, I almost sewed this the wrong way. I put wrong sides facing each other and I was gonna sew it down. Girl, imagine, but thankfully I remembered, nope, right sides together, let's sew it down. So I tried it on. Here's the thing, my boobs with bra versus my boobs without bra is very different. That me in this bra like this fills the cups well, but me without a bra, it doesn't really fill it up that well. I am gonna open up the neckline, I think, a little bit more so that it minimizes how big this is right now. And also, like, this looks so bad that it's like so puffy, but I know that once I actually do the top stitching and of course pressing it, it's gonna lay flat. And then also I gotta cut this, and then I'm finishing this today, girl, because I do not want to work on this tomorrow, because I know how it's gonna go. I'm gonna be rushing this and that, blah blah blah. I'm gonna be late, no. I want everything to be done today, and tomorrow all I want to do, clean my apartment and work on editing this video. Also, you see how this is like puckering up here? When you have these curves, like, you gotta make sure there's like some notches or something, or use scissors that have the tikiki, the zigzag, the little triangle thingies, so that then it could lay flat later on. But right now it's like puckering because it's open this up a little bit more, because this just looks too big and my boobs are not filling it out. So oh my god, it took forever to seam rip and I made so many holes that I was like, oh, let me see if I like the neck a little bit wider, and if I don't, then I'll put it back. Girl, now I can't because it's literally, I ripped it. So whatever this neckline is the neckline we're gonna have. Time to cut. This is the top. I did the top stitching for it, and I could see at some parts like my camera doesn't have any more storage and I'm too lazy to do all of that. So I thought about seam ripping and I'm like, girl, there's no time, just cut it out. What I'm gonna do is cut this big chunk so I can save this for another project. So just quickly cut, and we'll put that in the top. I'm not gonna do it for the boob part, I'm just gonna do it for the waist part, and then add in the waistband on the edges, the grommets, and we'll be done. I'm gonna try to do all of this literally today, but then again, it's also like midnight. I know I gotta be like hammering the grommets in, so I might have to do the grommets tomorrow, but I don't want to. I haven't finished. It's already 12:20. If I don't finish this top by 2 p.m., I'm abandoning ship and I'm gonna wear something else. Okay. So I got to the point where I cut out the waistband. I'm opening this up and now I'm gonna sew this down and then sew this on top. And hopefully that's gonna be enough fabric, and then I'm gonna add in the grommet. And I guess that would be kind of like almost the last thing that I need to do. But I added in the boning, and one thing, I feel so dumb. I don't know why I was like, oh, I can't do it this way. But I was adding in the boning channels on both sides, which is not something that I wanted because I didn't want it to look so bulky like that. But I did it on this, I did it on this one, and then I realized I literally don't know. Sometimes my brain is like, it's so fixated on one thing. I really needed to like step out and like think so that this other thing could come to me. But I don't know why I wasn't thinking like I could just add in a seam on both sides and just add in one corset boning instead of like two. There was just really no reason. So I did it for the centerpiece. I just added in one corset boning. I don't know. Well, this is like, because there's this seam, I feel like I needed to add in a seam here, add in a seam here, but I literally could have just added a seam right in the middle. And don't ask, girl. My brain sometimes. It's just not working for me when I sew with leather or like. Added in the waistband. She looking wonky. I still don't know what I was gonna do with this part. I think I'm gonna have to maybe do like a clasp situation so that it just like tightens up that way, I guess. I need to figure out how this fits and then I'll figure out how that fits. Now I'm gonna add in the grommets. Girl! Also time, it is 1:16, so I have 44 minutes to get this done. We're gonna do it!
We take it down. Let's spice it up, baby. Right here and now. Hey, nothing could be better. So
it's kind of blinding. Okay, it fits so well. However, I definitely wish I did not cut this out because I didn't realize. And this is so open, like I'm gonna like push them in. Shit, this is so open. I mean, I'm gonna be with my girlfriend, so you know that'll be fine, but damn, this is like time for a time lapse. I gotta clean this up and let's try to do 30 minutes. Before the reveal, here is the birthday girl. And let me say, homies, yeah, really gotta do some fun theme nights with your friends because it just makes the night so much more fun. But okay, let me say, I was sweating bullets about wearing this out. Like, I was just so nervous. I don't think I've ever been like this exposed out into the world. But luckily, when I showed my friends, they were like, you look so good. Like, what do you think is wrong with it? It's not like crazy revealing. So they really made me feel good about wearing this. I would say another major milestone for me. But okay, so back over to the top. Oh my God, I can't believe I made made this in 4 days. Like, that was crazy. I'm really proud of the work I did, but here are some things that I have to change. I hand sewed hook and eye closures at the top, but I will change it into button clasps because I had to get my friend to safety pin it together because the halter part of it is so stiff that it could unhook itself. And yeah, that did happen at some point. So yeah, I'm also going to take out the grommets at the back as best as I can because it really just cut up my string that I had there. And now I'm also going to have to get new string, but for the fit though, I think it fits really great and it holds really well. Again, this looks so freaking good, dude. Like, I'm honestly truly proud of myself. Well, here was another, I would say, successful thrift flip project. Let me know what y'all think and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.